This is a review of an Allan 43P. The P stands for purple. It's a Longprimer Thinline KJV reference Bible. It's purple Highland goat skin. And as usual, they come in these boxes. Okay, so here's the purple. It's quite nice purple. If you can see that, we'll just move the camera up a bit. There, so you have your tooling as usual with your normal Allans. I will say, because this paper is a 28 GSM paper, it is a lot lighter than a normal Longprimer. And the ribbons are so long, I like them long. This is perfect. I wish they'd do this more often with some of their Bibles. Put the extra long ribbons in. As you can see, it's a white head and tail bands. You've got them with a typical Allan. But the paper in this is quite nice. You also got the purple under gold. You also have the edging, the gold edging around. This one is from Charfleet Book Binderies, as you can see. I've done a nice job on this one. I was quite impressed. I've had Charfleet one before, and yeah, the bindery on that was terrible, but it looks like they're improving quite a lot. Very nice corners, all stuck down, doing well on all of them. As you can see, they're all quite good corners. There's no lifting of the lever or nothing, it's all quite good. We start at the beginning. It's your normal stuff at the beginning of these. You've got a couple of cardstocks at the front. You've got your presentation page. You've got your records, your marriage, deaths and all that sort of stuff. Grandchildren and your deaths. And then you start. Now I think these ones were printed in the middle of last year. So you have your introductions and your books and pages. You have your Old Testament, New Testament, and then they just put them here in alphabetical order. And the note on the references, because it is a chain reference one. And the abbreviations that you will find in the references. And your text. Your text is a 10, 10.5. It's quite a nice text. There's next to, I mean, there is a little bit of, not much ghosting. I mean, you may probably see more of it on the camera, but to the naked eye you won't see much. It doesn't interfere with you reading it or anything. As usual, Allans aren't red letter Bibles, so it's just a black letter. So it is quite a lot, like I said, it's awfully thin too. It's a lot thinner than your normal Longprimer by about I don't know, by about that much sort of thing. But the paper does make a difference in how portable and light this thing is. I'm quite surprised how light it is. You have the normal stuff at the back. You have your concordance. You have your subject headings, and you have your normal maps. You also still get your lined paper, which is good. There. So it's got a nice grain on this. I do like the Longprimer. I do like the printing of the Longprimer. It's quite nice and dark and bold. You get this Skylers. Their printing is not that dark. So if you need a bigger print and you're looking at a Skylar, well, that's all well and good. But if you're looking for the darker print as well, because if a darker print, it makes it more bold and more easier for you to read if you do have eye issues. I do find that the darker print is a lot more comfortable to read. And yeah. You do have yourself pronouncing, but yeah, you all know that. And the printing on the references in the middle are quite nice printed. There's no missing letters or anything like that. It's all nicely printed. The paper is thin. Like I said, it's a 28 GSM paper. However, I don't think you have to really worry about it about ripping it or anything, even though it is a bit thinner. I had a claret and that paper is really thin and curls a lot. And I think that was quite thin as well. And yeah, I haven't had any problems with this curling. I live in the tropics, so we do have, you might get a little bit of curling here, but nothing like some of the Bibles that I've had that they just curl over and you just can't read them because they're just, you know, all rolled up. But this one's quite good. So if you're looking for a thin line, which this is what this is, and still an Allan and still a Longprimer. So I don't think you can go wrong with one of these. They're quite a nice Bible. And you got your full yap, of course. The gold does look nice. As you can see, nice and shiny with your purple underneath. Yeah. Well, that's my review, and any questions, just put them in the box and down below, and thank you very much for watching, and God bless.